You're listening to the Manifesting Miracles podcast. By tuning in today, you're dialing into your frequency of abundance. I'm Michelle J. Lamont, your manifestation master and guide. Ever since 2016, I've been obsessively dedicating my life to uncovering, dissecting, and analyzing every aspect of the practices and modalities in which we call manifestation. You see, you are truly more powerful than you can even imagine and fully capable of manifesting miracles on the daily. I'm going to teach you how to attract a life beyond your wildest dreams using your own divine power. So let's get started manifesting your miracles right now. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh my gosh, is it our time together again? Hello, my love. I am so excited that we have this time to connect, to reset, to become divine light beings, and to manifest the best version of ourselves. And it is my honor and my pleasure to be your award-winning manifestation and mindset coach, along with an award-winning podcast. That's right. You're listening to a 4-time award-winning podcast in under 2.5 years with over 240,000 listens. And we were going to hit 500,000 this year. So buckle up, sit back, put your seat back forward, put your tray tables up. It is time for you to manifest the highest and the best version of yourself. Now, if this is your first time tuning in, my love, if somebody sent you this link, if somebody said, wait a second, I think you're going to really benefit from listening to this podcast. Maybe it was your niece, maybe it was your nephew, maybe it was your son, maybe it was your neighbor, maybe it was your coworker, maybe it was the chick at the grocery store, the guy at the the person at the grocery store. No matter what it is, your angels and your guides have now decided that it was time for you to stop living that low vibrational existence and to start tapping into the magic of Michelle J. fucking Lamont. And my name is that, Michelle J. Lamont. You can put the fucking in there if you want, but I don't know about that. So I want to put you in touch with your angels. I want you to understand that the universal divine energy that created everything on this planet and in every planet, in every solar system, in every universe that has ever existed and that will ever exist in all time does not want you to suffer and toil and live in the squalor sensibilities. But guess what today's podcast is about? The law of least effort, or the lazy way to manifest. Now, I don't mean this lazy in the sense like we're not going to, we're just going to sit on the couch and eat bonbons and wait for the lottery check to show up. But I want you to understand one of the universal laws a little bit deeper and a little bit with more energy and with a little bit more vibration. But I want to first thank you. I want to thank you for not agreeing to have a small life, for not agreeing to live the way that you've been living, and to not agreeing to go forward into this world with lack and fear and doubt and insecurity. So your angels and your guides have been working overtime to make sure that you would find this, whether it was through somebody sending it to you, whether you saw it on TikTok, you saw it on LinkedIn, or you saw it on Pinterest, or on YouTube, or on Spotify, or on Apple iTunes, or the hundreds of places that it is available, from Amazon to wherever. The universe is a vibrational universe, and you have been asking for help. You've been saying, I'm just not living the life of my dreams. I'm just not living the way I want to. All of this other stuff just doesn't work for me anymore. So the universe kept listening, and it's probably trying to send you this podcast over and over and over again. And we're stubborn. I get it. Maybe we have a blocked chakra. Maybe our energetic somatic codes are not in alignment. Maybe our breathing is shallow because we're not taking in all the oxygen, because we have a fear of actually being happy, of being alive, of being successful, because it's not a fear of that. It's a fear that what if we could have? What if we could have? When they talk to near-death survivors, what do they always say? I had it all wrong. Everything is love. Everything should be forgiven. And so I want you to give yourself permission to have fun, permission to be bold, permission to allow the universe to bring you everything that you desire and change the way that you co-collaborate in this world. I'm in flow, man. I just really love the way that I don't have to have everything so figured out. You see, coming from trauma in my childhood, and if you're a first-time listener, welcome. I suggest that you go back and you start at an episode that sounds right to you. A lot of people will start at episode 1 and then work their way up the scale, but I never record these in any specific order. I batch these out. Today I'm just doing 1, but tomorrow I'll be doing 4. And I never know which episode is airing when or what the title is. And I always forget what I talk about because I'm truly channeling in this information. I meditate before I do a podcast because meditation is the only way to speak to our future and higher self. And as the amygdala starts to unfold and we allow our computer brain to say, wait a second, why does that person look actually happy? Why does that person seem to always get what they want? Why do they always seem to be on vacation? And I'm going to my job every single day, day in and day out. But when you're in that flow, right? When you're in that flow of energy, just like that movie Soul from Disney, I believe it's Disney. When you're in that flow, when you're in that vibe, you just don't react to things the way that you used to. And you don't want to control everything. And you don't want to be so militant and so angry and everything has to be a certain way. You're just kind of more bouncy and you're a little bit more free. And if you resonate with the lower vibration that I discussed and not the higher vibration, then I got a little law that I want you to understand and kind of study through. And this little law, it's called the law of least effort. And the law of least effort, the key principle of this is manifesting is that we can achieve our goals with minimum effort and maximum ease. And that might seem a little far-fetched. But what I'm going to share with you today is going to give you an example of the wildest story of how I noticed the law of effort working in my life and in my client's life, and most recently in my dog's life. Yeah. I have 2 dogs, Wayne Dyer Lamont and Dolly Parton Lamont. But we're going to get to that in just a minute. So the law of least effort, it allows the key principle to allow you to manifest with minimal effort and maximum ease. And when you apply the law of least effort, what we have to do is we have to focus our attention on and intention on what we want to manifest without getting too attached to the outcome and trying to force what happens. You know, when you're living in the 3D reality, you're taught from a very young age, and if you're one of the 65 countries listening from around this little blue marble hurling through space, I live in the country of America. Now, I'm a Colombian American. That means that my mom is from Colombia. But in the law of least effort, when we focus our attention and intention on what we want to manifest without getting attached to the outcome or trying to force it to happen, we are no longer living in a 3D reality. We have vibrated to a 5D reality, and that's not the highest reality. So I don't want you to start trying to measure things or compare yourself to anybody. But here in the United States, the way that our country, and in case you don't know, was set up, it was set up by a multimillionaire named J.D. Rockefeller, and he is quite an evil motherfucker. And J.D. Rockefeller first bought up all the oil that he could buy. And he was like, damn, I can be rich. Okay. And then he was like, well, what are we going to do with this leftover petroleum? And so some scientists said, well, we can make it into pills. So what did J.D. Rockefeller do? He started buying hospitals and doctors so he could make pills for these doctors to sell to patients that don't need them. Now, I'm not giving medical advice and I am not a doctor, but I'm just telling you a story here in the United States of America. Okay. And then once he created prescriptions, what did he do next? And he bought the doctors. He's like, well, how are we going to let people know that they need to take these pills for diseases they didn't know they had, and for sicknesses that could probably be better suited with herbs, and changing your diet and changing your food and changing and working with your energy, like on Reiki and meditation, and working in your chakra system and understanding your life path numbers and understanding that you have guides and that you have angels and you're not here alone. And what the fuck, America? What the fuck? What does J.D. Rockefeller then do? Oh, this little sly motherfucker. He starts buying up all of the media. Wow. And do you know what he creates next? The school systems. Why? He didn't want to create a nation of thinkers. Oh, hell no. If that's what you thought, if you're sending your kids to school, you're not sending them to think. You're sending them to be workers. He said that he wanted to create a form of education that would force people to want a job instead of a life. A job instead of a life. So those who pursue their dreams, those who go after what they want, they are highly coveted and extremely protected here on this little planet, in this little solar system. Now, let me take a drink of I just finished working out. So in this reality where we are now subjugated to the rules of one motherfucker, evil multimillionaire, who, because of the way that he did things, they created the laws to stop monopolies because of men like J.D. Rockefeller and J.P. Morgan and these others. So some might think he was, a very creator. He was really smart. He was really intelligent. But look at our school system and look at our country. Look at our healthcare. Look at the disease of this life. No. The prescription that you need is a spiritual one, an energetic one. You need to eat healthier food. You need to drink clean water. You need to stop numbing yourself with alcohol, which is just the killing of your soul. And smoking all those vapes and cigarettes and all that shit. But I'm not here to be a health coach, and I'm not here to judge you, and you do you, boo. I'm just here as a high vibrational soul who's experienced alcoholism, experienced all kinds of numbing techniques, all kinds of ways to lower my vibration, to tell you why here in the United States of America, we are stuck the way that we're stuck. Now, in other countries, I'm not saying they have it better, and I don't want to compare myself to this country to other countries. I'm just letting you understand that when you were born into this country that you thought was the greatest country of all, you were born into an indoctrination of the stealing of your soul. And so now with the Great Awakening and the spiritual awakening, people are starting to understand these principles and these laws. So the law of loose effort involves working with your natural flow of the universe rather than against it. And this means letting go of the resistance and surrendering to the present moment. Reminds me of one of my favorite quotes from Buddha. And Buddhism is not a religion, it's a practice. And Buddha says, and it's quite simple, and what I'm about to tell you is very profound, so I want you to pay attention, because here it is. Are you ready for it? Okay, baby. Here we go. Suffering is living in a moment that has already passed, or worrying about a moment that has yet to occur. But when you surrender to the present moment, there is no suffering. That was fucking profound to me. Because one of the things that would always turn my head into a garbage can of anger and fear and stress was the future. How am I going to pay these bills? How am I going to make this money? How am I going to afford this vacation? How am I going to help my nieces buy whatever they need to buy? How am I going to do this, right? And it's just like people who stay in jobs so they can have insurance because they've already been indoctrinated since they were a little kid that you need to have insurance. Why? Because you're preparing to become sick, right? What does a doctor get when they get their degree? It says on their degree, the practice of medicine. The practice guess who they're practicing on, right? So, and in this country, 3 to 5% of the population own 85% of the wealth. It looks like J.D. Rockefeller and his friends set up a rigged game. And so since the evolution of the spiritual awakening in December of 2020, during COVID and all the things that happened, the universe got really excited to watch the planet Earth all awaken at the same time, and you are part of this awakening. And the law of least effort, I call it the lazy law because it's just a funny way to say it, and it was an easy way for me to remember it. But the law of least effort is that when we can apply the law of least effort in our daily lives by adapting a mindset of ease and flow rather than struggle and resistance, fighting the man and fighting the system and being angry at the world, but you're just kind of like lean into it. This means that you start taking action from a place of inspired action rather than a place of obligation, of desperation, of like, I don't have anything to lose kind of vibes, right? And to manifest using the law of least effort, we need to cultivate a sense of inner peace and harmony, my friends. And this allows us to tap into our universal flow of energy and abundance. So what does it mean to do this? It means that when you are confronted with something in your day-to-day life, or you want something really bad, or you really want something to change in your life, you're not constantly checking to see if it's here. You're not constantly worried that it's not going to come. You're not constantly shoving things into your reality and saying like, well, shit, I hope that works out, and I hope this works out, and I hope this works out. You just know. And why do you know? Because you are aligned in your path and in your purpose. This doesn't mean that I think that being wealthy makes you happy. I think that when you're in your path and your purpose, the food tastes better, the air is crisper, and you don't have that type of high level stress. So when you're using the law of least effort and cultivating that inner sense of peace and harmony, you're going to start seeing your manifestations come into fruition. It also means that you have to let go of limiting beliefs and negative thought patterns that are consistently telling you that your history is going to be your future. And I'm here to tell you that at this moment in time, the universe has put all of its eyes, all of its effort, all of its energy, all of its everything on you. You may not believe it. You may not see it. You may not want to accept this. But listen up, my love, my beautiful divine light being. I am so proud of you. I love you so much. I desperately want you to manifest everything that you want with whatever time you're here for your incarnation. But when you are hooked into your limiting beliefs and negative thought patterns, it keeps you anchored into the worst part of being you. Now, I have a couple of digital courses that are available right now, and I'm going to add more to the level. But one of them is called Fear is a Motherfucking Liar. Well, it's called Fear is an MF Liar because the platform that I wanted to put it on wouldn't let me curse. So it's called Fear is an MF Liar. And I designed these digital courses as an easy way for anybody on any part of the country, in any part of the world, as long as you're on this planet and can access the internet, you can start changing your life right now. And it's a 10-day digital course, and I made 3 of them. The next one is Lucky Girl, and you can be a lucky person, a lucky boy. It's just a trend that called Lucky Girl Syndrome. But listen, however you identify, this is going to make your manifestations blow up. And the last one is Dismantling Imposter Syndrome. And I think the first one, Fear is a Motherfucking Liar, is $99, and the other one's $199 and $199 or something like that. And $99, $199, $199. But if you use this code PRE50, PRE50, you will get the entire bundle for $199. $49. That means that you can start coaching with me right now. And you can use that code for 50 off just one, so you can get it for $49. Because there's so many people who want to work with me, and there's just so many hours in the day. And because I believe in the law of least effort, I don't really want to go after people and hound people for sales. So I just wanted to make a couple of courses, and I'm going to make a couple of more, offer my live group coaching. My live courses. And I am going to be moving into mastermind coaching, where we'll just have group coaching, but I don't want to jump ahead. I'm trying to teach you something here. I'm trying to help you here. And I wanted to create these courses so that you could take these in self-pace. And every day I record a 4 to 5 minute video, and then you have all the syllabus, all the instructions there, and it gives you ways to connect with me through that digital platform. But I want you to start understanding that when you're operating out of fear, you're operating in a limited belief system, and those negative thought patterns are keeping you in a low vibrational state. And this is an energetic universe, and everything is based on energy, you see? And so the law of least effort involves trusting in the timing and the process of the universe rather than trying to control and manipulate. You gotta stop trying to fucking make shit a square peg fit into a hole, baby. I love you too much to let you keep manifesting in a low vibrational state. And this means having the patience and the faith that what we desire is on its way to us. And when you're applying this in your life, it means that you just let the universe make the decision. And when we apply the law of least effort, we attract so much abundance and success into our lives. And I don't want you to think success and abundance is dollar bills. Success and abundance, yes, it can result in dollars if that's the focus of your energy. And listen, I can help you manifest money instantly. That's not the problem. But are you a vibrational match to keep it? That's where the lottery winners all go wrong. And when we apply this law into our lives and working in harmony with our natural flow of the universe, everything just gets easier, and we have no resistance to anything. And ultimately, manifesting using the law of least effort requires us to let go of our ego-driven desires. Those ego-driven desires, and I say this all the time because I love Dr. Wayne Dyer's description of it. Ego, E-G-O, edging God out. And so when we use the law of least effort and we let go of our ego-driven desires and surrender to the greater wisdom and intelligence of the universe, we're applying this very powerful, calling it the lazy law, into action. And I'm going to give you an example really quick. And I think you might find this hilarious, or maybe you might find it odd or whatever, but I don't give a fuck because it happened and this is what it did. So I live in the beautiful, beautiful city of St. Pete, Florida. Unfortunately, it's in Florida, and we have all kinds of unvery loving spiritual laws being created by, in this year, 2023, a little man with little ideas and little everything. But that said, we're just going to let him go and just let him drift off into oblivion, because I know that's exactly what will happen. I live here in the beautiful city of St. Pete, Florida. It's almost like an island. The only way to get here is by taking a bridge from Tampa to St. Pete. So yes, it's a little bougie. It's very bougie. And I live on the water, and it's my dream home. And if you want to manifest your dream home, go listen to my 2-part series on how I did it. But ever since when I got here, I was walking my 2 dogs every day, or almost every day, for a good 20 minutes, 30 minutes. And every single time I would go walk my dog, there was some kind of issue, a loose dog, or a dog that the owners, would just let on extend a leash, and my dogs want to murder everything. You see, when Wayne and Dolly were growing up, they didn't grow up with me until the year that they turned 3. They were on a ranch in Texas where they were just tied out, and they had to hunt and go gather food. And so my dog Dolly has such a strong prey drive that even when the dolphins come swim against my house on the seawall in my backyard, she barks and anger pees at them. She literally runs up and down this wire fence. She runs up and down this wire fence, and she literally anger pees and barks at him. So you can imagine when she sees squirrels and she sees Maltese and Yorkies and poodles, and because most of the people in my neighborhood have these $1 million houses, they're retired, so they have small dogs and they don't have big dogs. And so my dogs became an issue for me. They got off leash, they might attack somebody, so on and so forth. So me and the dogs, we gained a little bit of weight, right? We're not as healthy as we were when we first moved here because we're not able to get out into the sunshine and enjoy it. And my dog Dolly has incredible separation anxiety. I mean, I will just go outside, shut the garage door, and I can hear her barking at the top of her lungs. And I've already paid for 2 trainers to help me, and nobody can solve this problem. She's just, I don't know, she's just Dolly. So I find a service, and I've been looking for a service to help me with my dogs, and I've gone through a couple that just weren't up to par. And I found this one company, and this company, what this woman does, and it's called A Fast and the Furriest. And she's an athlete. She's a super athlete. She does marathons and half marathons and triathlons. And she started a business here that she will run your dogs, like literally run it at a marathoner pace, like a winning marathoner pace, or she'll walk your dogs or whatever. And her services aren't inexpensive. She's the most expensive service here for this type of service. And I'm not saying she's overpriced at all, but it is a bougie-ish kind of expense to hire an athlete to work your dogs out. I get it, but I don't have children. So for those of you who are thinking like, I would never pay that much money. Well, what have you paid for your children? Stop judging. All right. So I thought like, well, what I would do is I would have Dolly. I just came out of the bedroom. Dolly, come here. Come here, Dolly. Come here. Come here. I would have Dolly run with this woman once a week, and then I would walk or run Wayne, and that way I could get some outdoor exercise, go to the gym, do whatever I wanted for that half-hour window, and Dolly would be happy, and Dolly would not be as frustrated and angry as she is. Well, this chick starts sending me videos and photos of my dog on this run, and you get to track so you can see where they are at all times. And the way that my dog looked, I've never made her that happy. I have never seen that much joy in my dog's face. And I knew that I needed to do more runs with her. But I was like, man, it's $50 for a half hour, all right? And what did Dolly run? Dolly will literally run a 5K in 28 minutes with this woman. And you see the whole track. It's incredible. So I knew Dolly wanted a second run. I just could feel it. I saw how happy she was. But, you know, going from $200 to $400 a month so your dog can run, so you could maybe run at the same time, I don't know. For me, I was like, well, And then I remembered the law of least effort, right? The law of least effort means that we can achieve our goals with minimal effort and maximum ease. So I did a meditation, and I brought Dolly into my meditation room, and I said, Dolly, I know that you're so happy with, her name is Twist, the owner of the company, running with Twist. And Dolly, I want you to be the happiest doggy in the universe. So if you really and truly want for me to hire Twist to work twice a week for $400 a month, then send me $200 in the next 48 hours. If I, with no effort and no anything, get a $200 put into my bank account from something unexpected, I will hire her for this bigger package and do it for this next price. I wasn't thinking about it, finished the meditation, waited till the candle went out, and then we all go to bed. So the next morning I decided I was going to go to the beach and go for a walk, and then maybe do some yoga and hit up this cute little vegan restaurant, because I didn't have a coaching client till 1 o'clock. So in case you don't know, I have one-on-one coaching, live group courses, digital courses, and master classes that I teach. And you can sign up at any time you want, michellejlamont.com. So I go to bed and I wake up the next morning and I was like, man, what do I want to do? And I was like debating, because I was planning on going to the beach, and I was debating, like, should I masturbate or should I go to the beach? And I decided I'd go to the beach. So I was like, all right, let me go ahead and do that. Let me hit Starbucks and get my matcha and head on down and be good with it. Well, the way that my VA has my appointment set up is like 30 minutes before a session, my phone will just vibrate and like warn me. And I don't know technology, so I don't know if that's a hard or an easy thing to set up, but she set it up. And here I am getting all of my stuff, getting my umbrella, getting my float, getting ready to go to the beach. And I get a vibration. Bzzz. And I'm like, wait a second, I don't have it's like it's like 8:30 in the morning. I was like, I don't have anything today. And so I opened up my phone and someone had booked a $200 session, 1 hour session with me. You see, I do free 15-minute calls on Tuesdays so we can decide, like, look at each other and decide if we would be good together and work together, because I want to make sure I'm the right fit for you and you're the right fit for me, etc. But you can also do 1 hour and 2 hour calls. Well, there it was, my $200 right in my bank account. I started cracking up. I was like, Dolly, you really love this. You really want to go running. So I get on the hour call with this person and I'm talking to her and everything's going great. And she's like, oh my God, this hour has like literally changed my life almost immediately. And I'm just smiling and I'm so happy because I'm like, wow, the law of vibration and the law of least effort is like played perfectly into this moment. And now I'm going to give this woman, $400 a month to run Dolly. And then on the call, the lady was like, I just wanted to do the 1 hour call because I just wanted to spend more than 15 minutes with you. And I want to do 3 months of coaching right away. You see, the law of least effort, key principle in manifesting states that we can achieve our goals with minimum effort and maximum ease. And when you are a vibrational match to the incredible life that you came here to manifest, even your fucking dog, even your beautiful, amazing Dolly Parton Lamont, doggy, can manifest money. You can put your guides, you can put your angels, you can call in money angels, you can call in guides, you can ask God, source, universal energy to make your financial burdens easier. But until you become a vibrational match to understanding that you are the magic, you're always going to find the mountain. And in this timeline and in this reality, it is time for you to awaken into the high vibrational reality where you are just in fucking flow. Where you are in flow, while you are in flow. And flow means that even when you are wondering, should you double what you're spending to make your children or your dogs or your spouse or your partner or yourself happy, the universe sends you everything you could imagine. So I want you to understand that you are worthy of having everything that you want, and you came here to manifest it. Your future self already knows what you need, and that's why it sent you to my podcast. It wants you to sign up for my ebooks. It wants you to be on my newsletter list. It wants you to take my digital courses. It wants you to sign up for one-on-one coaching. It wants you to sign up for whatever the fuck it is that I'm offering. You know why? Because this is how I motherfucking healed. I have been studying this since 2016. I have been speaking on this since 2016. I'm not new to the game, and neither are you. We all came here to incarnate together, and when you got off your path, I said that I would fucking awaken, and that I would buy a mic, and that I would start a podcast, and I would create a revolution in your life. Are you listening? It is time for you to wake the fuck up. You are a vibrational match to abundance, and I plan on helping you achieve everything that you want. I don't want you to sit in disenfranchised and disillusionment and depression. I don't want you to be separated from your higher self. I don't want you to live in a lack reality. I want you to even allow your dog to fucking manifest money for you. And what is dog backwards? G-O-D. Okay? Everything is a vibration. Everything is energy. And when you learn all of that and you agree that you are worthy and you give yourself permission and you use these techniques to manifest your life, baby, you are playing a whole new game in the 5D, and maybe you're going to be in the 6 and the 7 and the 8. And that just means the depth of energy. All right, now, listen, we got to wrap this up, baby, because I got things to do, places to go, dogs to pet, vibrators to plug in. I'm just kidding. So I want you to know that your intention in listening to this podcast is to change your life, but sometimes the podcast just isn't enough and you have to get off the microphone and into my Zoom. And I don't want you to go keep living your life in a limited reality when I'm alive and I have options from $49 to $1,400 to get you all back on track. I want to see your life change, and I want you to be the manifesting manifester that you know you have always been, and to prove to yourself that you can find happiness and you can find joy and you can find peace. All right, producers, cue that music because it is time for me to wrap up. I cannot wait to see you in my next Zoom or in my next live or in one-on-one coaching. If you're taking digital courses right now, shout me the fuck out, baby, because I want to know how great they are, because I took them and I love them. I've been seeing incredible results so far, but I want more people to manifest their dreams. I love you. 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 All right, let's do our chant together. Everything is always working out for me. Again, everything is always working out for me. Again, everything is always working out for me. Everything, everything, everything. One more time. Everything is always working out for me. Again, everything is always working out for me. Again, everything is always working out for me. Everything, everything, everything! Hell yes! I love you, I got you, and you got this. Thanks for listening to this episode of Manifesting Miracles. Now it's time for you to take action. I invite you to hang out with me just a little bit more by signing up for my newsletter. You'll get instant exclusive access to the practices that will chart your own path to abundance and yes, spark that highest version of you. Head to the show notes right now so you don't miss a thing. Now listen, I fucking believe in you, and it's now time for you to win, win, win! Yes! Yes!